So, our boys finally rolled into Utah after a 10-hour drive that started in the West Texas city of El Paso. It's Labor Day weekend, and they're chasing down an off-roading rite of passage, the legendary White Rim Road in Canyonlands National Park. First stop? Moab. Cold beers on a rooftop, the sun dropping behind the red rocks, and then straight to Woody's for some karaoke.
There's no hurry, don't you worry.
The perfect start to the weekend.
We're pumped to be here in Moab, Utah. Tomorrow starts our big adventure on the 100-mile White Rim Trail. Come along and you'll be with us.
The adventure kicks off on the Schaefer Trail, a switchback descent so steep it'll make your butt cheeks clench. Trust me on that one. It's the kind of road where you start imagining worst-case scenarios, like maybe the guy on the assembly line who built your truck forgot to tighten the brake caliper. If that were the case, well, you can kiss your butt goodbye. Luckily, all our bolts were snug, and we rolled out of the gauntlet in one piece, right to the starting line of the White Rim Road. The White Rim Road has kind of an interesting origin story. Back in the 1950s, the Atomic Energy Commission carved it out so prospectors could wander the desert with Geiger counters, hoping to strike it rich on uranium, meant for Cold War nukes. Imagine that, just strolling around the desert, basically rooting for radiation. Thanks to their questionable life choices, we now get to cruise this jaw-dropping rim in relative comfort. Now, let's be honest. The first half of the White Rim is basically a bumpy dirt road. But the payoff comes halfway through, White Crack, the most coveted campsite on the trail, and that's where everything slows down. The noise fades away. You just sit there, watching the sun sink into endless sandstone canyons, and it's impossible not to feel small, humbled, and in awe.
Hey guys, this is the life, right? Am I right? Let me try again.
Try it again.
Hey guys, this is the life, am I right?
The darkness sweeps across the desert like a star-studded blanket. It's a special kind of dark out there, but before long, the sun starts to break over the horizon. Morning sneaks in quietly, no alarms, no city noise, just the slow burn of the sun inching over the sandstone. There's coffee, of course, that's a non-negotiable. A couple of sips to shake off the chill, and then it's back to business. Time to hit that old dusty trail. Now, I must admit, the second day of driving was a bit more challenging, mainly 2 big climbs on a very narrow road. Nerves were tested, conversations went quiet, and nobody wanted to be the guy looking down at the drop. Funny thing about driving a few inches from a ravine, it makes even the chatterbox as quiet as a church mouse. But that's the deal out here. The challenge is part of the reward. The desert doesn't care about your nerves your 401k, or your lift kit. But somehow, in the middle of all that indifference, 3 friends found a story worth telling. Along the way, they took some pictures, but snapshots can never really tell the full story, can they? You just had to be there, I guess. 4 hours later, we exited out of Canyonlands, and the guys decided the best way to celebrate was to eat their 3rd meal of the day at this campsite along the Green River. The only exercise they got over the course of 2 days was lifting this gas can. Then it was time to air up and head back to Moab. In the end, we found what we came for. Not just the views carved into sandstone, but the proof that friendship, bad karaoke, and knobby tires can almost pass for wisdom.